Good evening and welcome to Skwat Tawks. Tonight we're going to talk about a Japanese proverb. It's in victory, tighten your helmet. As we talk about this Japanese proverb, you're going to be watching me do a workout squat with chains. I do 5 sets of 10 with the bar and chains. I do 5 sets of 135 for 3. And then I do 5 sets of doubles with 225. I do a set with doubles with 245, and then I do a single with 275, and then I do 2 singles with 295. I have about 100 pounds of chain on the bar, and then after that I do some accessory work. I do some glute ham bench, and I do some Bulgarian split squats. Both of those are just body weight. So a lot of the sets aren't filmed here, so you're going to see kind of the condensed version of my workout here. Also on those glute ham bench, you'll notice that on the second set that you'll see, I move the foot pad a little bit closer to the central pad. So I'm working against some leverage on that one. The problem with my particular glute ham bench is that it's a cheaper model, so you can't really, the distance from the foot plate to the main plate is not as variable as I'd like, so it's either too close or a little bit too far for me. It's not just right. So I'm still kind of experimenting with that. I might be able to work something else out, but we'll see. We're still working on that 2022 squat challenge, which is squat 315 for as many reps as you can in a single set. And we have a Facebook group of about 15 or so. So if you're interested in joining us there, let me know. If you can't find it, message me. I'd be happy to help you out. That's the 2022 Squat Challenge Facebook group. So today we're talking about the Japanese proverb Kate kabuto no oしめよ, which means in victory, tighten your helmet. Sometimes it's translated as in victory, tighten your chin strap. So I think we can probably imagine that if you were a samurai on the battlefield, that if you won the battle and drove your enemies away, if you then just kind of took off your helmet and relaxed and had a drink, there's a possibility that the enemy might come back and circle around and hit you when you're not paying attention. So this is a admonishment to be careful, to not rest on your laurels, and to be vigilant, that even when you feel like you are on top of the world and you've achieved a victory, that you don't rest so much that the next round punishes you severely. I think most of us can imagine that this proverb applies to many situations, not just the battlefield, but also in sports and perhaps in business. When I was coaching swimming, it was often that we would do really well in the off season. We'd have a great preseason. We'd be training very hard and heavy for the first few weeks of the season. We'd go into our inter-squad meet and set records in some of those meets, early season PRs, and then suddenly everyone would get sick. We'd have respiratory issues. This was in the fall, and everybody was kind of catching the flu or some kind of ailment. And this was all pre-COVID. So after a couple seasons of that, I started telling the team this Japanese proverb, in victory, tighten your helmet. And I tell them about how every season we do really well early. We have these great victories, but then we get complacent. We end up getting sick. We're not paying attention. We're not washing our hands. We're not eating right. We're not recovering properly, and we end up getting sick. So it's a great proverb to encourage people to do what they need to do to continue to succeed. I found that often when I take a vacation, that the first couple weeks of a vacation, if it's a longer vacation, the first week or a few days or something, I'm just totally exhausted, that I've been riding adrenaline for so long, and then when I suddenly let down my guard, I get sick. That's happened to me numerous occasions. in the gym. I've also found that, you know, when you're having your best waves of training, it's very common to kind of rest on your laurels, and you kind of lose that mental concentration. You end up getting injured. One particular workout, I think probably the best workout I ever had, was a workout that I did with a training partner. It was in the evening, kind of later evening. I was having one of the best training sessions ever. A lot of multiple sets with 405 in the squat. All this great accessory work was going well, and then we decided at the very end to do an impromptu contest of deadlifts with 315 for as many reps as we can. Well, my training partner pumped out 10 without too much problem and decided that was enough. And so I started getting going, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to beat him here. I get about 5 or 6 reps into that, and then suddenly my lower back goes pop, and I was lucky to make it out of, I was lucky to walk out of the weight room that evening. So the lesson is, in victory, tighten your helmet. Don't get complacent. Don't rest on your laurels. Be ready for that next round. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of this workout. I'm working on some glute ham bench here, and you'll get to see me struggle with 5 reps on the second set because I've moved the foot plate forward. Until next time, remember that in victory, tighten your helmet, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next Skwat Talks.